Hey guys, welcome. We're on ASL class number 12. 12. And we stayed up way too long because we were having a party. And it's Scott's birthday, so we're celebrating for him. So we are going to tell you how to sing the birthday song. We're going to go through some other random signs that we learned today, and Scott's going to take over so we can be quick and efficient today. Okay, so this is our happy birthday song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to dear Scott. And this is his sign. I can't do it. Happy birthday to you. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have rude with your middle finger across the palm. And these, we're talking about how different signs with slight tweaks make a huge difference. So back of the hand means nude, so you should be careful what you're doing. And cross means early, so you're showing up early. Okay, we have lazy, the L up on your heart. Wet, like soggy clothing, soggy something. Fast, going real quick. Yeah. Experience. Okay, and then taking advantage. So we had somebody telling a story, and she was talking about taking advantage of an opportunity and receiving it. Okay, perfection. Perfection. And then we talked about Thanksgiving on a different video, but there's two different ways. So that's Thanksgiving, and then what's the other one? Okay, so it's thanks, and then like giving thanks forward. Okay, started, like at the beginning, or starting. And then hereditary, something that's passed from generations past. We have preference, so if you prefer something, touching your chin with the middle finger. Kids, yep, so it's like under, like snotty nose, or children, either way. Sealed, like a temple sealing. Cherish, it's like holding something dear. Really love lots, it's like you're kissing the back of your hand, like lots of excitement. And then he was talking about a slang, paw, which is like yay, like excited, yay. Okay. Humble. Humble. And wait. Adventure. Oh. It's like an exciting trip, it's an adventure. Okay. And then we were talking about a little bit more about deaf culture. So hearing. This is a person who's hearing, person who is deaf. And then hard of hearing is HH, hard of hearing. And we talked about cochlear implants, which goes into the bone in the head. So it's like two finger, like that, and you put it on the side of your head. Okay. And then hearing aid, and put it over your ear. Then surgery, we talked about how they need to do surgery to do the cochlears. Awesome. Next page. Okay. Sentence. It's like F's and kind of stringing words together. Okay. Interpret. Okay. So taking the sentences and changing them from like ASL. So like interpreting. Okay. Fear. Nervous. It's like your leg is shaking, you're nervous. And then anxiety is kind of a mixture of fear and nervousness. Okay, and then the difference between happy and glad. Happy has a lighter smile, and then glad is like more excited, more happy. And we talked about pill or medicine, the same. Okay, and then therapy and counseling, like kind of, so why? Uh-huh. So it's like they're giving you the information. Okay. Then celebrate. Hands together. Yay! Celebration. Alarm. It's like it's dinging. Okay. Picky. Picky. So it's almost kind of like a woodpecker. Like you're choosy on what you want. Speech. We're talking about like presidential speech. Or bored. So bored, you're going to pick your nose. Okay. Proxy, switching places. So we were talking about like proxy baptisms in the temple. Deacon.
Oh, that.
So, a deacon and a teacher with a T, and a priest with a P. And a general conference is like a large meeting. A general conference. Rules. A list of rules. Protest. Standing your ground, holding your sign. City or town. A bunch of houses together. And neighborhood is like close. Neighborhood. Okay. The houses that are close together. Okay. So it's like, this is your house, and this is your neighbor, and then more neighbors, and this whole area is your neighborhood. Okay. And then a prison. Locked in, bars. Scotland. Talking about Scotland, because our friend just got called to a mission in Scotland. Or the plaid stripes for Scotland. Okay, and then we were talking about how when deaf people need to wake up in the morning, that they would have the alarm, and what they have is a vibrating thing that goes in their bed, or a light that flashes to help them to wake up. And then we talked about how they used to do phone calls before we had all these fancy text messages. The phone would be there, and they would type the words, and then the words would actually go to an operator who would get the words and then speak them to the person on the other side of the line. And then they would speak back, and then they would type it back to the person who was deaf on the other line. That's pretty cool. And then we just talked about playing a game. And another deaf game is that they would do a story, and he had to tell a story in 1 minute with the facials like stoic. So tell us your story. So this is a story we told one of the other weeks. I don't remember which one, 2 or 3 or something like that. And Scott's not allowed to laugh. If you remember that story, it's a woodcutter. He's cutting down the trees. And he calls timber, and then the tree falls. But it's way more entertaining when you have all the visual cues. So we're talking about how that works with sign language, and how what your face does makes a big difference in the story that you're telling. So thank you for being with us and for joining us on our 12 weeks of sign language classes. We may or may not be back in a couple months.